Well, hello, my darlings. Back here, there's a new collaboration kicking off, and for the month of January, called hashtag Craft Space Refresh 2026, and this is following on from the Craft Space Refresh that was done last year in 2025. So there are themed weeks. I'm going to put all this information in the description box down below. It starts now. There's a intro video by Cara Brandon Creations and Dana K. White. I'll link that down below. And there's also a Canva link to get this calendar that's got clickable links for all the channels. So I'm hoping to play along on my channel and address some of the smaller things I want to change here in my space. So I just wanted to pop on and give you all a little tour of my craft space. So I'll get all this down in the information box below. Please check it out. It starts, we've got an intro video, and then it starts on the 5th of January. So looking forward to all of these videos now. So keep watching, my darlings, and be back with you in a tick. So right, a little whistle stop tour of my little studio room with all of my task lightings and things on as I would normally be working in the night. So there are some things around the room that I want to address over the month of January. Things that are working well, things that are not working so well. I have purged a lot of books here in the last week or so. I've gotten rid of about 4 big carry bag fulls. So that's the sort of big angle view. Let me switch the overhead lights on and change my angle here and have a look at a couple of specific things. So one of the first things that's occurred to me is I've got these paper sampling charts on the wall for some of my ink pads, and I've sort of run out of room. So I've got another one stuck down here, and I think I've got a few new colors in there that I haven't sampled yet. So I want to do that again with my inks, so I've got it perhaps more compact and easier for me to, because it's not lit very well back here when I'm working in the night, and especially not on the side of that cupboard. So I've got some die cuts are up there. A lot of my personal journals are now overfilling that space up there at the top above Bob. That's Bob, by the way. So I want to have a better space to put personal journals. That's my giant ugly idea book. My Ediths are now confined to a shelf on their own there. Odds and sods down the bottom, project planning books. This big collect system looks like chaos, but I know what's in each square. So like my wallpaper rolls down the bottom, my laminator, one cube is just jewelry supplies, die cuts are in one, antique ephemera in another, my wax stuff is in another, so I know what's in those. My 12 of 12 papers are in there. I've got a place for 6x6s. So all that is known. And these 2 top ones here, I do not let myself collect any cereal boxes or packaging, Amazon bags. You know, it has to be confined in those 2 holes, or I don't keep it, or I pull down what's there and go through it. And bin things that have been there too long and not used. So now wedged up at the top, a load of pianola rolls. So coming around, I've got my Cricut mats on the wall there. I've really blitzed out this Billy bookcase to just be project themed books that I know I'm going to use, because I collected a lot of books way back in the beginning when I started this journey of junk journaling, and I've never touched them. So I've literally bagged them all up. So I know what is here I will use. And I've stuck my Ediths over here in a separate place. My Cricut now is set up on the top of this dresser. So it's got room in the back to zip in and out. I do like this sort of Pixar lamp because I can angle it around the room depending on what I'm hunting around for in the night. That dresser is mainly fabrics and wool. I've got a sewing station over here. These two shelves up here on the top really need sorting. I've got laces and trims everywhere. I've got wooden stamps on that one that I'm not sure if I want to keep. And then this tower shelf in the corner, I've got some file folders down there that go where the Christmas tree is sitting right now. That's coming down tomorrow. That bottom corner, all the way on the bottom, underneath in the back corner, is all the Christmas craft supplies. I've got my paper stationery. This next shelf up is all Fallout inspired stuff I've collected. And then the rest of that is like fabric, sari, and stuff that needs to get sorted. I've got far too many fabric scraps up there. I need to find something to use them up. So, and then there's my window. So my stencils that don't fit in my stencil organization at the moment are pinned up there. A couple of candles. And these are all like sentimental things that I've got up here. This is my main workstation. Let's move the chair out of the way. This is my main workstation. So some aspects are working well, some are not. So the green shelf that holds like the gilding polishes and stuff like that, extra ink pads, my punches that I definitely use on a regular basis. But these black hanging racks that I initially put up in the room from IKEA, I say aren't really working at the moment. Let's move this light down. Right, sorry about that. As I said, let's move this light up out the way. The video failed. So I can't remember where I was. Right, I've got these black IKEA hanging rail system above my desk, a magnetic rail underneath, and then of course you've got my main workspace, which I try to keep as a minimum, but I need to think, exactly what do I need at hand. So these are just extra hobbycraft rails that are hung on there for the moment. Now, I can honestly say the magnet rail is used every day. Not all of these, but at least the tool basket for sure, and like the paint brushes, they are picked into. Sharpies occasionally, but I don't need all the Sharpies available at hand's reach all the time. The next row up, not often. I've got some of my water pipettes in there, felts, extra paint brushes, and of course that top rail up there, I don't think I've gathered anything from up there in like a year. So I'm thinking for my personal journals, outgrowing their space on that smaller billy by the door, is to take that top rail off and add a shelf up there for me to put my personal journals on. But sort of rethink this rail system and try to make it a bit more efficient. And make it work better. So, and of course that comes into my filming as well, because right now I've got that arm up there that I'm filming top down with, but I've got this little robo gadget filming contraption for my son this Christmas, and it's flexible. The legs are flexible. You can wrap it around things. It's got a light box on it. It's got a microphone. But at the moment, I can't get the microphone to work. So I'm still experimenting with that. But that might be an option to incorporate Up here, I just don't know. I need to put some thought into it and just pull things down, really. So coming around the room, I've got this black unit here underneath is not really working for me at the moment. This is an old set of Alex drawers. The top one's not so much, but a lot of the drawers underneath are just not cutting it for me at the moment. Like all my Sizzix stuff and my embossing folders are back there. My die cuts are somewhere else. And then of course the Alex drawers here, they're manageable at the moment. So the top two are mainly inks and blending brushes and things. But a lot of the other drawers are just full of embellishments, extra ribbon, hardware, things like that. And the thought of emptying all those out is like, oh my word. But I might do it, but I want to address other things in the room first because this is manageable, even if I just do it a drawer at a time. So that's kind of it, darlings. My little studio space. I've got my little characters around the room, like Bob the skull. Got Astrid the raven up by the window. So I've got a main workstation, my sewing station. My Cricut's got room to operate. Those books that you can see on the floor over there in the corner are for jelly printing. They're photo album book pages that I found to harvest the paper for. So no, that's it for me for now. So thoughts, my darlings, and hope to see you back again soon. And try to think, what do I try to change first? So, thank you for watching, my darlings. Bye for now.